as walking 10 miles. So the reality is, I guarantee you that if you're eating 2 meals or 3 meals a day, you don't have the energy that I have eating the 1 meal. Now understand this, everything is programming. So the reality is I need you to understand this. You're not going to jump from 3 meals and 3 snacks into 1 meal a day and a couple of blender drinks or anything like that. And understand, last week, 4 days out of last week, all I had was this big, huge salad. It was about this big, like a whole salad bowl that a whole family would eat. I ate it. So that's all I ate. When you learn how to stay connected to your breath, and these are the things we're going to try to teach you in this 6-day fasting challenge. And also, when I go through this 6-day fasting challenge, I'm going to be talking about certain products that you can take to enhance the fast and make the fast more like a carpet ride. Now, the reality is you can do a water fast with just water. Now, the reality is you can do it with almost any water. But the reality is that there's a right kind of water to give you that optimal fast. And then there are certain energetic nutrients that you can take in that don't turn on your digestive tract, but help your body to energize and just have a more beautiful experience that you want to go longer, stronger, and do it more often. Okay, so I'm really glad you joined me. And like I said, maybe this time you just want to be a spectator. If you feel nervous about fasting, be a spectator. Or, you know what? Just start and put your toe in. And then do more and more and more and more. But the reality is, that person that takes massive personal action at loving and honoring their body will be the person that lives a pain-free, energetic life. And that's it. If you're in pain right now and you're suffering, just know this. You've given your life, your health, your body over to someone else. And the chances of you giving it over to someone else that has a philosophy of cut, poison, and burn is really good, because we're just robots when it really comes down to it. Unless we're in the conscious mind. If you live in the subconscious mind where whatever comes in, you believe it as truth, and you keep watching and doing things that are untrue, then you'll be untrue to yourself. There's no way to talk about this than that. So welcome everybody to the 6-day water fasting challenge. Okay. So this is it. The advanced water fasting 6-day challenge. And understand something, everybody. You see at the bottom where it says 3, 2, 1, we got this. Well, guess what? That's where this comes in handy. All right. The Love Band, Life Band. So you can order these from us, or you can just use a hairband. So I'm going to go through some rules, loving guidelines, not rules. I'll take that back. I'll go through some loving guidelines here, and here's the deal. You see this? See these different colors? We got purple, we got orange, we got white and black and white. These are called Braveheart love bands. Now I'm going to explain these first before I move on, okay? All right. So this love band here, this is a hug. Right, when's the last time you gave yourself a hug? All right? You know what? When you need a little bit of loving, you just need to hug yourself. Now, when you're in public, you're not going to go hugging yourself in public, right? You're not going to go kissing yourself in public, are you? Are you? No. You won't get arrested. So the reality is this is called a Love Band, Life Band. And guess what? This is a hug. This is a kiss. And this is me snapping myself back into the present moment, which we know that the majority of the population is only in the present moment 2% of the day. Wow. No wonder we made mistakes. No wonder we think that we don't have the power to heal. Okay? So the other thing is when you go to feel on this fast like you can't do it, just go 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Understand something. Willpower doesn't work. Willpower, you're going to exhaust yourself. It can get you started, but willpower doesn't do it. It's actually repetition that sees you through. Okay, it's actually learning how to love yourself that sees you through, not beating yourself up. When did you beat yourself up and you saw yourself get to the finish line? All right, so in the finish line is where you feel like you want to exit from the fast. So it's not pushing yourself through, because it's not supposed to be torture. Let's get rid of the rule, okay? Push through the pain. Okay, let's get rid of that thing, okay? That should have never existed, okay? All right? And suffering is the way to the what? No, it isn't, okay? So let's get rid of that if you think you can too. So now, let's say, okay, I think about that piece of chocolate. I think about the potato chips. I think about eating. I just go, 3, 2, 1, I got this. I'm not hungry. Then we're going to go and we're going to take a drink and we're going to fill ourselves up with water. Okay, so understand something. Most of the time that you eat anyways, okay, you actually needed water. And most people that think they drink water don't drink water. Women need to do at least 3 quarts a day and men need to do at least 4 quarts a day. And if you are a woman that is bigger than you know you should be, then you would be drinking even more than that. And you need to get this. Don't ask yourself why you've got problems when you won't water the plant, because the plant is dying, okay? And that plant being you. You are a living, breathing organism and you need to be watered and you need enough of it. And today with the 5G and the blue light, okay, you're getting a lot thirstier. You're radiating your blood more with EMF and blue light. It's everywhere. Okay, that's why I wear these all the time, but I'm not going to put these on right now. But if I feel like I'm getting stressed out or burnt out, I'm going to put these Teslas on, because these Teslas, what they do is they take all of the EMF and they take all the blue light and they don't block it. They turn it into healing frequencies. And right away, I feel better. You know, this can actually change your eyesight. This actually stops brain burn, because everybody is getting eye damage and they're getting burnt out because of the blue light and the 5G. It's damaging the brain, and that's why you get eye diseases. Now, let's get back on this. So the reality is that water really hasn't found its place. Even when it comes to natural healing or in the medical system, it's hardly even talked about. Okay? And then the type of water is not talked about properly. So we need to really learn to hydrate the body. That is going to be one of the most important things that we're talking about. And if you want to make it through this fast and you're somebody who didn't drink water, then you're going to make sure that you have to do a lot of reminders on this, okay? Okay, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I got this. Now let me just say this. When you count backwards, 3, 2, 1, I got this, that stops you from going back into the subconscious brain that works all the programs. Now, if you're the type of person who is full of fear, full of pain, have any disease or illness, then you're running dysfunctional subconscious programs. Okay? Let me tell you something. Both of my parents, they passed away before 55 of cancer. Most of my relatives have died of heart disease and cancer. Okay? Now, remember something, that all illness is not genetic, it's epigenetic. It comes from the image you hold, the thought you have, that turns on the chemist, which is your brain, that dumps the hormones, dumps the chemicals. So if you could be doing this fasting and also doing what we call the 4 pillars, okay, I have 12 Braveheart loving steps, but we're only going to practice 4 because I don't want to overwhelm you. But if you could practice these, okay, it's really going to help us along the way. All right, so let's keep moving. All right, so the Advanced Water Fasting 6-Day Challenge, all right? So as you can see there, you can see it, you'll be able to watch it on Facebook, YouTube, or docofdetoxshow.com. And yes, we're on Instagram right now, but the thing is with Instagram, they're not seeing the slideshow, okay? So anybody on Instagram, if you want to jump over to our Facebook or go to YouTube, you'll be able to see that. So today's Tuesday. I'm just going to go over the exercises and therapies. We're going to talk about them, not show them, but you'll be able to see them all because I'll be telling you where everything is in my library, and we have videos on most things already. Wednesday, July the 15th, Thursday, okay, we will be doing just Q&As. So it doesn't just have to be on fasting. It can be anything you want to ask, but I will be answering all fasting questions first. And then next Monday, I'll be doing the same thing, a live Q&A, and then on Tuesday, they'll all be at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And just so everybody knows, there will be no Q&A Monday at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time because we're going to be doing it in the morning. All right, so here's the deal, everyone. If you take a look at this next slide here, you're going to see this is what's going to make the difference in everything in your life, whether it's a relationship with yourself, relationship with your wife, saying no to the government, saying no to the medical system, saying no to me. saying no to everything that you do not want to be pushed onto you. All right? Now, but here's the deal. You're not going to see any changes in your body, in your mind, in your health, in your wealth, in your happiness, unless you take massive personal action. Now, here's the problem. I'm not going to stay here long. The problem is we have systems in society that said that they take care of everything. And as far as I'm concerned, they're taking care of nothing. They're actually damaging. So understand, God gave you a temple. That temple has your spirit. And understand, when you need to feed your spirit if you want to heal that temple, but nobody's going to heal your body, not me, nobody else. I can give you information. If it's not empowering information, then I should just keep my mouth shut. Okay? Understand something. The body makes every chemical and hormone to heal itself already. Understand that there isn't a drug or anything on the market that isn't already created in a positive way by your brain, or the drug would never be able to work in the human body. So I need you to understand that, because when you do this advanced water fasting, it's not just a water fasting, this advanced water fasting, you're unleashing the most powerful pharmacy that you've ever unleashed in your life. And guess what? That would be your brain. And when you are doing everything out of self-love, not self-hate, because there's only two emotions. One is self-love, one self-hate. And everything else falls under that. Like under self-love is bliss, joy, calm, peace, confidence. Under hate, fear, lack, jealousy, hurt. Because hurt people, don't they? All right? And there's a lot of hurt people right now. So the reality is that if you can use self-love, then you will only be turning on the love vibe, because you'll be triggering the chemist, which is your brain, to release love hormones, dopamine, serotonin, growth hormone. Okay? It goes on and on. There is so much that you have the power to do. You can heal yourself. Nobody else can. That's why healing is only just temporary. As long as you have a cheerleading team and you don't love yourself, everything's temporary. As soon as the game's over and everybody goes home, you'll be on your own. And because you don't know what to do. Because understand something, we are spirit. We are emotions. We are a body. And we are a mind. And you need to take all of this into consideration. So if you look at this next slide, you'll see that it's about one thing. It's about releasing total self-love. And understand something. When's the last time that you said, I'm going to totally pour myself into this? I'm going to have total confidence in that which created me and in the body I have, to know that it can heal itself. I'm going to take this kitty litter and turn it into a sandbox. I'm going to release the child within, because I can remember when I was a child, I was full of spirit and I was full of health. And now, what are we full of? Dysfunctional belief systems. So if you understand something, your potential is unlimited. Unlimited. We can only grow consciously, no other way. And the conscious mind is a universal mind. When total love for oneself. Understand, love is just an ingredient, and it's a toxic one at best. All right? Unless it's self-induced. All right? No more playing love ransom with yourself. Give yourself all the love, all the forgiveness, all the kindness. And let yourself know that there's a genius in there. There's a practitioner in there that can actually heal. All right. So this is called the 4 pillars. Whenever we should be doing this every day of our life, but please try to embrace this. If you don't have a love band, life band, which you'll see number 1, and then what you do is you use a hairband. And if you want to get some of these, you can order them from us. They're inexpensive. You'll see them on our website. Go to shop on Doc of Detox and order a dozen. That's going to cost you a big $6. Okay? So you can order different colors, and order them and give them away as to your friends and your family, because 3, 2, 1, you got this. You have to understand something. When you hesitate for just a moment, you go back into your subconscious. And then depending on how much fear you have in that thought that you just had will depend on the judgment that you do and how long you're going to keep yourself in jail and how long you're going to stay off track, which for some people it's a lifetime. If you want to rewrite your story, understand something. Repetition is the key here. Everybody get this. Oh no, it's not the key, Darrell. Really? So what do you call programming? What do you call channeling? What do you call commercials? What do you call the government and the medical system and every other system that repeats themselves over and over and over and over again? Well, understand something. You can be insanely miserable or insanely happy, and I choose to be, I got this. There's a new sheriff in town. I can handle this. Stay connected to my breath. I got this. Okay. Keep snapping yourself back. And if you have to snap this, and don't go like this, because that's just you hating yourself, just like this, just a little snap. If you have to keep snapping yourself back to the present moment 30 times every hour, just know that if you did that and you actually did it for 33 days, you would have the wealth, the health, and the relationships that you always dreamed of. Because guess what? The invisible becomes the physical. E equals MC squared. Isn't that Einstein? Isn't that supposed to be the most powerful equation in the universe? Why aren't you using it? Why aren't you using that energy equals mass? Because that's what it is. Energy equals mass, which means image creates thought. Thought triggers the brain. The brain is the chemist. It dumps the hormones. If you're dumping histamine, adrenaline, cortisol, then guess right now, you're so fearful that you'll line up for any vaccination. You'll put a linen cloth on your face like most people are doing still. Not most, but many. And it's not even working for you. So understand something. You are much bigger than this. Oh, you're not bigger than a virus? Oh, really? Okay. All right. Then you need to do some research and find out what a virus really is. Let's move on. Okay. So if we take a look back at the slide, the Lionheart breathing. Understand something, everybody. Your breath connects you to your source. Your breath connects you to your superconsciousness. Your breath connects you to the present moment. Your breath connects you to self-empowerment. So understand, the Lionheart breathing is where you're breathing 6 seconds in and 7 seconds out. When you're focusing on your breath and you have a slight smile on your face, you will instantly, within the speed of light, you will actually change your pH. You will actually change your oxygen levels. You will actually change the different hormones from hate hormones to love hormones. And those hate hormones, yeah, you are running a hate program. Look at every time that you are fearing the invisible tiger, you are dumping hormones, and you're supposed to be running so that you can burn those hormones off like cortisol and adrenaline, right? But you don't. You're just sitting there freaking out. And just like acid, it's eating away your body. And guess what? We know through Dr. Otto Warburg that if you go without oxygen for an extended period of time, 35% deficit, you have cancer. And cancer, the C in cancer, stands for corruption, contamination, and conflict. And this is all about programming. This is all about programming. So we know that 75 years ago, we would have a trauma attack 3 times a month. Did you know before COVID, it was 17 times a day for the average person? Did you know that it's like 50 to 75 times a day we are triggering the adrenaline, the cortisol, and the histamine, and you are eating up your body? Anybody that has cancer or heart disease, they're going to blow up. They're not going to be here. And guess what? Anybody that doesn't have a neurological disease will have one if you're not emotionally in control. Energy and motion. You need to learn how to control your emotions and master those, because the government, the systems, and everybody else has mastered your emotions. What has this got to do with fasting? We're getting there. Today, it's just to introduce you to this and to make you understand the rules that you can actually do this. A lot of people will stop the fast because, oh my God, I'll die without food. And the other thing is your subconscious is the greater part of your brain. And if you have a fearful subconscious, it is going to try to stop you from doing anything new because your subconscious hates the present, totally wants to screw up your future, and it'll always be in the past trying to use the same mind that gave you the disease, the same mind that gave you the trauma, the drama that you're doing over and over again all day. It wants to be there, and it says, Darrell, guess what? I don't know about this new fasting thing and this advanced water fast, and I don't know about this self-love thing. Let's just stay into self-hate, and keep eating to suppress our emotions because guess what? We're not dead yet. Your subconscious can only be as smart as you are, which means it's only as smart as the beliefs you have in here. So how much do you love yourself? If you love yourself 10%, you're already toast, because that means you're relying on everybody else to fill up the 90. So let's go back to this. So we got the band, love band. We've got the Braveheart breathing, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. And all you got to do is do that 3 times, that breath, and then give that band a click, and I guarantee you're not going to run the same program, and you're not going to hold your family responsible or society responsible for screwing up your life. Okay, so let's move on to number 3. Now, number 3, okay, it is mirror work. So here's the deal. Let me give you the ground rules. If you go to wash your hands, if you go to the bathroom, if you go to brush your teeth, no matter what you do when you go into the bathroom, you're not going to say my name. Let's say your name was David. David, from this moment on, I'm going to love, respect, and honor you. And I apologize for treating you the way I do. But from this moment on, I'm going to love, respect, and honor you first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God. Because understand this, whether you want to get this or not, people that totally love themselves do not hurt other people. People who are hurting hurt other people. People who believe that other people should be filling up their little broken heart hurt other people. So let's get that perfectly clear. Okay? It is not being self-centered. It is centering into oneself. And if you're not going to be selfish enough to know what's going to heal this body of yours and do it and follow through it, then you're never going to get it. So mirror work. Go take a look at the Braveheart Oath and the Braveheart Guide and take that and rewrite it to what you like. Okay, I just made it really short and easy here. But go into the Braveheart Guide and read the Braveheart Oath, and you'll find that in my library. It'll say Braveheart Guide. And you'll also see one that says Braveheart 12 Loving Steps, and you can go into that. And those are 12 steps, but we only want to do 4 right now. Don't bite off more than we can chew, okay? So you're never going into the bathroom, and you're never going to get into the car unless you look in the mirror and go, 3, 2, 1, you got this, my friend. Okay, you're not going to get out of the car and go into the house until you say, I'm going to wipe my mind off at the door, and the only thing I'm going to bring home is love. Then you're going to readjust the mirror, and you're going to go in, and you're going to bring love home. Understand something. It's all about love, but it's got to come from yourself first, okay? It's a self-serving job. Okay, so now the other thing is this. So you're going to do that mirror work, bathroom, car, okay? Now what else are you going to do? Well, if you take a look in the Braveheart Guide and in the 12 Loving Steps, you're going to see a picture, and it says couples connection and personal connection. When it comes to a couple, he's going to sit on the floor and spread his legs like this, and then the wife's going to bring and sit right up close to him, and she's going to put her arms around him like this, and his arms are going to go around her, and you're going to sit there, and you're going to sit there for at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes, and you're going to look in each other's eyes. And guess what happens when two come together? Impossible goes to I am possible. And understand, guess what? I don't care if you've been married for 40 or 50 years. If you want to believe me, you don't have to. You haven't looked inside your spouse's or your significant other's eyes for more than 5 seconds. Watch this. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Really? Okay. You haven't. So now do it for 10 minutes and find out how beautiful she is or he is. And find out that all the things that you thought he or she was not liking about you it melts. Okay? And start bringing each other together and become spirited partners, because that's the only way we can win the game down here. Now, if you don't have a significant other, you get in front of a mirror, which you'll look in the Braveheart book, okay, and look at mirror work, and you'll see how to sit there in front of the mirror, because you don't look at yourself anyways. Listen, girls, listen, guys, when you're shaving, you're not looking at yourself with love. You're not looking deep into into your soul. You're not doing that. You're just get it over with. Hurry up, because we're all taught not to love ourselves. So there will be your biggest goal right there, okay? All right, so let's take a look at the next slide, all right? So pray, meditate, or close your eyes for 5 minutes every hour. Now you are going to go, oh my gosh, is he kidding? Well, I don't know. Would you like to pull off the most amazing thing you ever could? So every hour that you can, you'll take 5 minutes. You'll connect to your breath, do the lion heart breathing, okay? And you'll pray, or you'll meditate, or you'll just sit there and contemplate, or you'll sun gaze, okay? But you will take 5 minutes, and you will just turn off your mind. And you can't really turn your mind off, but what you do is your mind is just a river. So anything that floats by that you don't like, let it float by. Anything that floats by that you like a beautiful picture or a flower or something, grab onto it. And then smell that flower. Okay, take that in. Let me tell you something. Whether you believe this or not, you know what? Okay, so what we say is I have PTSD, right? Okay, so what you really have is shell shock. Okay, for if you're coming back from war, so why not call it what it is? And we get shell shock whether we go to war or not. We'll get shell shock if we go to war with ourselves or anyone else. So the reality is if something traumatic happened in your life and you keep replaying the story, if it becomes the most important story in your life, then you will always be there. So understand, it's just a thought, and you got to change the program. Okay, so what I want you to do is I want you to start learning how to focus on only what you want to see in your life. And understand something, every time that you put yourself into trauma, what are you dumping? Those chemicals that are called hate chemicals. Because see, unless you're really running from a tiger, well, it wouldn't be hating yourself, it'd be saving yourself. But you're running a hate program if you're not running from a tiger and you're making it up. And meanwhile, we already know that 98% of all the fear and trauma that is in our life, we make it up. That's why fear stands for false evidence appearing real. All right, we're going to move along here. Okay, so everybody, there it is. There is the couples connection. There is the one-on-one connection, the personal connection. All right? Let me tell you something. You can say anything you want to me. You can say, Darrell, this is self-centered and selfish, and why would I look at myself? Well, I don't know. Don't you want to look at the most beautiful thing that God created? Don't you want to just totally love it? Oh, no, we're supposed to hate it, right? Okay, because suffering is the way to the Lord. Who made that up? Okay, I'll tell you who made that up. Somebody made that up who decided that they wanted to control you. I'm not going to say any more about that one. All right, let's move on. Okay, so why would we want to pray or meditate every 5 minutes? That would be kind of crazy, eh? Well, I don't know. Because we want to pray and meditate and connect to the lion heart breathing because it reduces stress, controls anxiety, promotes emotional health, enhances self-awareness, lengthens attention span. Guess what it does? It fights addiction, improves sleep, controls pain, decreases blood pressure, slows cognitive decline. Okay, isn't that something? And guess what else? It creates a new program that one is actually allowed to care for oneself. Oh no, I should care for everyone else. I love all the caretakers in the world, but if the caretakers don't look after themselves and take care, all caretakers end up with cancer, heart disease, or depression. Yes or no? Okay, all right, next slide. So, there it is, guys. You got to remember to do this. You don't have to buy the love band. Just get yourself a hairband. Okay, next slide. And let's practice that Braveheart breath So it's 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. These are your life-saving tools to be successful. You want to know something? Whether you want to believe this or not, society doesn't want you successful. Oh, they do? Then why aren't you? Oh, wait, society wants you successful? Then why aren't we? Why aren't you successful with your wealth, your health, your relationships? Because they really don't want it. Because broken people spend a lot of money and they end up broke. All right? So let's keep going. All right, so understand this, and you better get it. We are an inflammation nation. We are emotionally, out of balance. And remember something, those issues in your tissues were issues in your mind first, then they were issues in your tissue. There is not a pain, there is not a disease, and there is not a healing that doesn't happen here first. Disease happens here first, healing happens here first. And if it happens down here because you've taken a whole bunch of supplements and nutritional things, it won't last. Unless you've written a new program here, it's not into the subconscious, it's not going to go into the unconscious, which is your body. All right? Okay, so let's talk really briefly here. So what happens? You start off with healthy tissue. Healthy tissue will eventually turn into scar tissue. I'll make it really quick. So what happens, remember what I said, is that the image creates a thought. The thought actually creates a frequency. The frequency then triggers the brain. Can you give me back to the slide, please? Then the frequency then triggers the brain. The brain is the chemist that releases the hormones and the chemicals that is either healing you or tearing you apart. All right, so now, when that happens, healthy tissue will go to scar tissue because that chemical, hormonal imbalance causes inflammation. Inflammation causes the body to send fibrin, which is scar tissue, to whatever that weak area is, and now you become like beef jerky. And if that continues, you'll pull calcium from the bones in that area to buffer down the pH so it doesn't become cancerous. And the lactic and uric acid uses glue to bring that fibroid together, to bring that tumor together, or to create that beef jerky. Do you know how many people we see that never needed surgery? How about 99.999? And that's the God's truth. That's why we give a money back guarantee that the first treatment, we're going to prove that you forgot your body could heal, and the system out there that's called healthcare forgot that too. So we go from healthy tissue to scar tissue to a tumor. Thank you. So now, if you want, you can go from a tumor to scar tissue to healthy tissue, but you're going to have to go and deal with the issue that finally went into the tissue, but first was in your mind. So you're going to have to become the master of your mind, the master of your emotions. And then please take a look at getting some Wolfe Non-Surgical deep tissue work, because I will tell you, we will give you a money back guarantee that the first treatment is going to tell you that you do not have to poison, cut, or burn, that you have the power to heal. And when you use fasting, advanced water fasting along with this, then guess what? The world is your oyster. All right. So understand the love handles, the spare tires, the extra weight you have. That is all inflammation and chemical poisoning, not just from in your water, in your food, in your air, but the chemical poisoning that you're doing because you have a poisonous mind first and foremost. If you're triggering your mind to dump chemicals and hormones on a continual basis, what's going to happen is your body says we need to make fat, and that's that. Either that, or it's going to go into your breasts, which are made out of fat, and we're going to give you breast cancer. So we're going to create fat, and that's that. So you're going to get the love handles. You're going to get bloated. You're going to retain water, because you have to retain the water because you got to put out the fire, because inflammation is a fire and you're on fire. So we're going to store that inflammation, those chemicals in the tissues until you get rid of the issues, change the program, and guess what? Get a whole plant-based diet like the Perfect Day. So you got to make sure you check out the Perfect Day diet, because that's the diet you want to use as your template and say, that's home plate. And this is where I need to try to always reach, is home plate. All right. Now, next. So, key tips for optimal hydration. First of all, drink structured water. You can tell me that you're drinking spring water, but is it really spring water? Spring water is not all that healthy unless it was a healthy spring. The reality is water that came down from a mountain or fast-moving clean rivers is actually structured water. And if you look at it, that structured water is rainwater. And that's why it's not poisoning the birds, the bees, the flowers, and the trees. And that's what we do is we structure all our water. We try to get our patients, our clients to get a structure unit. If they don't want to, that's entirely up to them. They don't have to. So we want to wake up with structured water. We want to drink structured water continuously throughout the day. And when you're on this advanced water fast, flavor your structured water, which I'll be going over. Use high quality salts when you're taking your salt water drink in the morning. And you want to eliminate alcohol and caffeine and everything else prior to doing this. And definitely do not do anything like that while you're on your water fast. Some people will take a little bit of coffee if they're addicted because they will get a migraine. I understand. Make sure that if you do the coffee, grind up the coffee grinds and then put a tablespoon of black gold on top and let the water percolate through so you can buffer down the acid, and then only take a small amount of coffee so that you don't blow your brain from the caffeine withdrawal, okay? So, and never feel dehydrated. Once you feel dehydrated, everybody, then you're already dehydrated. You already fried your brain out, okay? Just know that. So these are the structured water units that we have. The middle one is a portable. The other one on the end is is for a shower head, and the other one is a house unit. Okay, now, there's what the portable looks like. Okay, don't feel you need to buy it. You might want to check it out. It'll last a lifetime. Let's move on. So, before we get into talking about the advanced water fasting and the 6th day, let me just say this. There's intermittent fasting. You may not have heard it. Please go to my perfect day guide in my library, which we'll be going through in a bit here, and take a look at the perfect day. And that's intermittent water fasting, where people will actually not eat until approximately 11 or 12 in the morning, and they will stop eating around 6 or 7 at the night. And I've been living like this now for years. So, you can do anywhere from a 12 to a 14 to a 16-hour fast 2 days per week, or 16-hour 3 days a week, or 16 to 18 hours daily you can do, or 19 to 21 hours daily. Or you can do a full 24-hour fast each day. So let's understand something here. The only reason why you're not doing these things is because you're full of fear. And you're full of fear because of programming, because everything's about a program. Whether we like it or not, the subconscious is there to protect you. But because society, systems, and corporations have learned that programming is the way to channel you into what they want you to become and do, you've got the screw. So you need to understand that you must become the master blaster of those dysfunctional beliefs and go and recreate the life that you've always wanted. And understand, once you start doing the intermittent fasting longer and longer, you're just going to get more confidence and go, wow, I got it. I am amazing. Wouldn't it be great to feel like you're amazing? Wouldn't it be great to have all the confidence in the world? I teach practitioners and people how to be practitioners. And the reality is this. The first thing I say when we start the class is this. The level of confidence that you have for yourself will be dependent on the beliefs in your subconscious, and it'll have nothing to do with how intelligent you are, because you are intelligent. The reality is that your beliefs are limiting you. They are limiting you, and you believe that, this is as high as you can go, when basically there is no limit. Okay, so let's understand that. So you have a limit, stay within it? No, there's no such thing. We're not doing that here. Okay, so start doing things, and do things at the beginning, because your subconscious wants to sucker punch you. So do things at the beginning that will test you, but you're not going to fail and fall. And if you're the type of person that falls and feels like a failure, then make sure when you start, you're not going to make it too big of a step. I can fall down hard, and I'm going to get up within 30 seconds. Dust myself off. Okay, there's not going to be any whining over here, no victim over here, because I got this. The longer that you stay down, the harder it is to get up. And the longer you put yourself in judgment jail, whether it's invisible or not, it's still a jail. Okay, so let's move on. Okay, so like I was saying, everybody, Go to The Perfect Day, page 28. Look at The Perfect Day diet. Check that out. That's the diet I live by. I'm not saying I'm always 100% on it, but it's the diet I live by. And then take a look at the 12 self-loving steps. That's a really good place to start. Thank you. Okay, so we're just trying to get the guidelines here, everybody. So here's the deal. Sleep is important, okay, really important. And the reality is people can't sleep because they terrorize themselves. People can't sleep because they have so much fear. Let me tell you something. We have never seen so many people call up that say that they want to commit suicide right now. We have never seen so many people call up and say, I'm on the edge of a cliff. We have never seen so many people believe that they have no life ahead of them. All right? So we need to get away from there. And I'm going to tell you something. It's all about repetition. You've been listening to the wrong person. You've been listening to the wrong channel. And now you've been channeled for depression. So let's talk about tips for a great night's sleep. Tips for a great night's sleep. Have your room cool. Keep your room as dark as possible. Use a sleep mask if you have to. Avoid caffeine within 8 hours of sleep. And you shouldn't be doing caffeine on this program unless you feel you're getting a caffeine headache. Then do a little bit. It's not going to ruin the fast because we need you to feel successful here. Don't eat within 3 hours of sleeping. Well, we know we're not going to be doing that on the fasting. But when we come off the fast, we're not going to be doing that, are we? Okay? So get sun exposure during the day, every day. At least try to get 20 minutes and try to do sun gazing in the morning. Best time to do it. Exercise regularly, but understand, do not exercise lightly. Everybody needs to take a look at the exercises that I'm going to be showing you. If you do these exercises every day, you're going to rock the show. Okay? Avoid bright light, blue light after sunset. Why? Well, because blue light and bright light says it's 12 noon, and then you mess up the circadian rhythm, which is a circadian clock, and your body thinks it's noon, so why are you going to bed? So if you don't own, can you come back to me? So if you don't own a pair of Tesla glasses, not blue blockers, but Teslas, yes, they're expensive, but once you own these, you'll never look back. And just so everybody knows, take a look at my website. Go to EMF/energy. You're going to see the Tesla glasses, and just know that I'll have about 8 different styles up there in the next probably 2 days, 3 days, okay? And you will be able to order those, okay? Next, I'll pull these down, but I'll tell you right now, I'm in front of blue light here. I wear these all day long when I'm on the phone, on the computer, when I'm in a mall. I'll wear them. These are my sunglasses if there's too much of a glare. These are fluorine lenses developed by Nikola Tesla. That means that all of the damaging 5G and blue light that our government and society wants to help us with will actually be turned around. Instead of burning my brain and destroying my eyes, okay, is going to be turned around into healing energy, and it's actually going to help to heal my brain and my eyes. Go figure. All right? We got you this time. All right. Now, next thing is belly button therapy and pelvic expander and the Avicin, okay, are the most amazing things. Go take a look at Avicin if you want something that's going to increase your circulation by 66%. It puts 3 out of 4 people asleep because it puts you into a parasympathetic state, and people don't know how to get there. It increases your microcirculation in the human body by 100% more than anything else on the market today, even a hyperbaric chamber. And go to EMF/energy if you want to read that. Now, belly button therapy is so inexpensive. You take this little thing here, and if you go to my DIY, do it yourself guide in my library, click on there, and then what you're going to do is watch the belly button therapy video, okay? And you're going to go in and you put that into your belly button, and then you're going to move it in all directions. I show you how to do it. And guess what? Whether you believe this or not, in 5 minutes, you will release 70% of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine, and you'll have a 25% longer stretch in your body. Go figure. Who would have thought? The only button to press is your belly button. Well, yeah, that was the cord to your mummy, right? But guess what? When you push the belly button, It is the trigger for the vagus nerve, which puts you into a parasympathetic state and dumps all these love hormones. All right. Now, the pelvic expander, we'll go into that now. Next slide. So, belly button therapy, Doc of Detox, pelvic activation squat. There are 3 different squats, everyone, and you can go and see those, and those are actually in the A to Z Wellness Guide. They're in the Perfect Day Guide, and they're also in the 6-Day Advanced Water Fasting Guide, and all of these things can be seen in the library. Now, do you see where it says Doc of Detox Pelvic Expander? Well, understand something. You can buy these expanders in the United States. We have them made. We don't make any money. You can order one down there, or you can order one in Canada. Please call us here at the clinic, or my extension is number 5, and I'll help you out. But the reality is, you can take, instead of doing that, if for now, you could take 3 chairs or 4 chairs, line them up, and then lay on the chair, and then you see where the one leg is up? Well, the other leg is, that leg is up on the, it's up on the left-hand side of the door jamb. And then the other leg is hanging in the doorway. Do you understand? Now, if you go to hang that leg and you feel like you're going to tear out, that's how much scar tissue and calcification and crystallization is in your hips. Then you just have a chair there that you can put your foot on and start off slowly. But understand something, you haven't seen anything. You do these 3 different exercises here, and you will call me up and say, Dr. Wolfe, I maybe didn't do the fast, but you changed my life. You changed my life. You know what? If you think you need to go to the gym, think twice. Do these exercises, and then if you still want to go to the gym, but these are the most healthiest exercises you'll do in your life. Okay? So check those out. This here, next slide is called the crab stretch. Now, all I want you to do is get this. You see how the arms go back? Now, if you take a look on the other side, the right hand, she straightened her arm out. Okay, so she put her hand on the ground and straightened her elbow out. So her elbow was off the ground, the arm was straight, and her hand was there on the ground. And so you're going to go and put both arms back, right? Both arms, like in the first picture. And you're going to breathe. And you're going to do the Lionheart breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. And every time you do that, your shoulders are going to come lower. You're going to feel that your sternum is going to open up. You're going to feel your lungs open up. And you're going to feel your scapulas start to release. So see, we have done a whole exercise on the whole body just by doing those 3 I showed you first and the crab stretch. That's the 4 pillars of our exercise. Okay, and if you do that and you do the pelvic activation squat when you're on the phone throughout the day, the different squats, and you do the pelvic expander, remember the door jamb, or if you want to order one, and you do that in the morning, each leg 15 minutes in the morning, each leg 15 minutes each in the morning, 15 minutes each in the night. You are going to help your pelvis, your hips, your spine, your abdomen more than anything else. I said more than anything else, okay? And then if you really want to turn things around, call us about our Wolfe Non-Surgical deep tissue and maybe even get a personal treatment and training and learn how to do it. Okay, so let's move on. We're getting there, everybody. Yeah, we're on time still. Padding and clapping, okay? So what I want everybody to do is I want you to go take a look in my library and go to the padding and clapping guide. Click on that. And if you do the padding and clapping during the fasting, it's going to help you with stress. It's going to help you with circulation. Go watch clapping. Go watch Clapping Your Heart and Lungs for Health. And you'll see that in the guide in my library. Just go to my website, click on library, go in, log in, and watch that video, and then get yourself a clapper or use your hands, but it gets pretty tiring. All right, we're almost at the end, everyone. Now, you can do the whole fast if you want, okay? You can do the whole water fast if you want on just water. But what we do is we use, can you go back to the slide, please? what we do is we use fulvic acid. We put a minimum of 1 teaspoon in for every liter or quart of water. The fulvic acid is going to take in any nutrients that are in your body, up to 40, and take it into the cells, drop it off, and then it's going to fill itself up with heavy metals and acidity 3 times its weight. And when it does that, it's encapsulated, so you will not have to have any discomfort from that detox. All right, go look up on my website, and as we go tomorrow, you'll have more questions, I know, but you can get, and if you don't have these products, start with the water fast and just see how long you can go. Don't feel you need to do anything that I tell you to do. I've only tried to enhance this to the full ability so that you can get the most. Remember, everything you're doing doesn't turn on your digestive tract. It enhances the fast, it enhances your stem cell therapy, it enhances autophagy, it enhances you with more energy and just loving yourself more while fasting. So that was the fulvic acid. The Ormus minerals is 1 eyedropper 3 times a day, and you can put that in your drinking water as well. Okay, or some people will put it in their mouth. It's a little bit minerally tasting. They'll hold it and swallow it and then chase it with some fulvic acid water. Now, if you take a look next, you will see beside there we have Orange Burst, Lemon Lift, and Super Cinnamon. Now, the Orange Burst and the lemon, some people go, I don't like water. Well, just add 1 or 2 drops of this. It's not going to turn on your digestive tract. And if anything, it's going to fight infection, inflammation. It's going to give you more energy. And you're going to want to keep drinking because it's delicious. And then the Super Cinnamon, a lot of people will want that because they go, I've got blood sugar problems. Sometimes I feel uneasy. I feel shaky. Well, Super Cinnamon will actually, we do have the best cinnamon oil in the world. We do, essential oil. I know that. We buy it from one farmer who grows a specific type of cinnamon. When you get it, you'll understand. And if you put 1 or 2 drops into that liter and you shake it, and when you drink it, it'll automatically keep balancing your blood sugar levels so that you can keep going through this program. Okay? All right, so let's keep moving. These are the rules. It's not that difficult. And you can call my office or you can call me on extension 5 and we'll help to guide you. And if you don't have products, but you need to talk to us because you're doing the fast, just call me anyways. I'm not going to charge you. There's no catch here. This is about you. I need you to become all powerful. I need you to find the authentic you so we can stop what's going on. The harvest of humans is happening right now. All right. So I need you guys. I need you to really do this. I need you to unleash the power within. All right, let's move on. So now, there was a gentleman by the name of Dr. George Merkel. Dr. George Merkel, he was known as the Einstein of food medicine. He actually used a product called Life Crystals, and he was actually, they told him he'd have to have a new heart. He actually reconditioned his heart. And this is all documented. He actually, in a lab using Life Crystals, regenerated every organ tissue that's in the human body. All right. So now if you go to the slide, you'll see we have the only Life Crystal nutrition in the world. These are Life Crystals. Now the ATP, the Divine Vine, the pineal is kind of sweet. So anybody's got a sweet tooth, it's not like overly sweet, but the reality is guess what it is? It's a 5-carbon sugar. It's not sugar. It's not going to turn on your digestive tract. It's not going to whack your sugar levels out of place. It's going to put them into place. Believe it or not, the ATP, the Divine Vine, the pineal, and all the other products I've talked about so far, they go past the Krebs cycle so they don't turn your digestion on. But what ATP is, our ATP Plus is the only organic ATP in the world. People take this all the time for energy, for sports, when they're chronically ill, because guess what? To get healthy, you need energy when you're ill and you don't have energy. I take ATP about 3 or 4 times a day. Can you just shoot to me for a second? Look. Okay, that was pretty full. I'll usually hold it longer. It tastes beautiful. It tastes like a beautiful wine. Yeah, a beautiful wine. I'm not kidding. Now, ATP, this is the only organic ATP in the world. And what the ATP does is, guess what? So we know that the average man being of 75 kilos in weight He has to make 85 kilos of ATP a day to stay healthy, to not have an autoimmune disease or to age. Okay, so, well, to age prematurely. Now, so we know that our ATP product will help to repair the mitochondria. We also know that it creates more ATP in the body. So look at the next product called Divine Vine. These are all similar, that they have life crystals in them. They all will help ATP production, but Divine Vine helps to work more in the area of thyroid, works more in the way of hormonal balance and ATP production. The pineal helps with the pineal gland and the brain. And it also helps with ATP production. So depending on the person will depend on what product that you will actually take. And people will do this anywhere from a teaspoon 3 to 6 times a day. Or you can just do it once. Remember something, there are no rules. These are guidelines. I don't want anybody to think that they got to buy product from me or they got to take product to actually do a water fast. I'm just trying to give you the most efficient. How would you like to do a water fast that gives you 10 times more the results? So when you start, if you've ever done water fast, when you do it, you'll see. Next. So now we're going to talk about something really special. Now this is called SAC, ionic calcium. Now understand something. I will be interviewing Jay Lee on these products tomorrow night and at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time on Wednesday. And if you don't see it, you can go to YouTube or you can catch it on Facebook later. Okay? Now, this is the only patented product in calcium in the world. This is the only calcium ion product in the world. And when people tell you they have ionic calcium, they really don't. They might have some colloidal calcium, but this is more of a frequency and energy because it's an ion. Do you know how molecularly small that is? And it does over 100,000 different things in the human body. This is the only product that you can take it and it'll actually bring the calcium back into the bones where it was taken out of the bones. And remember something, calcium is the main mineral in the human body. So how important is it? Okay, so get this. We know that when you do a water fast, you release stem cells. That you also do autophagy. You eat up old cells, disease cells, you get rid of things. But when you're using the SAC calcium, you can do it without fasting. But when you're doing it with fasting, there's nothing in the way. Everything gets lit up. Calcium starts getting pulled into the bones a lot faster. Okay? It starts to balance your chemicals, your hormones, your signaling. Calcium is the main nutrient in the human body that helps for signaling, messaging from cell to cell. Do your homework and you'll see. Now, if you were to look in PubMed, okay, you would see there's thousands of articles. They say that if somebody were to invent an ion calcium product, but it's not a product, it's more of a treatment, then what would happen is we'd see the whole world of health change. Well, I didn't. Somebody did. And understand, this product, you will not find it in my shop. You will not find it there. You've got to go into the library, go into the SAC Calcium Guide, and if you think you want to order the product, you'll call me. I'm extension number 5. We'll talk about it because I need to guide you. This is an amazing product. You can't hurt yourself with it, but anything that's powerful deserves attention, and you've got my attention. Okay? Thank you. And what you're doing is you can take this product. Okay, let's just go really quickly because I don't want to make it into a marketing thing. Merigen is for chronic illness right up to cancer. Megagen is for maintenance for people who are healthy and never want a bone problem or a pH problem. Cardigen is for people with joint problems, muscle problems. Dentagen for teeth and jaw. Okay, Alzagen for Alzheimer's, ADD, ADHD. Dementia. Ozo Jr. is for children under 12 years old. Thank you. All right. If we go to the next one. I really wanted to have it, everyone. This here is called Infinite Iodine. Our Infinite Iodine is the smallest molecular iodine in the world. You know, when people say we have, like if you go to like Lugol's iodine, the liquid iodine, the ones you know, that's colloidal. If you were to go the next smallest, that would actually be nano thousands of times smaller than Pico, which is even thousands of times smaller. Well, guess what? We're thousands of times smaller than Pico. So you cannot OD on our iodine, and you can spray it anywhere on the body, and it's absorbed just like that. And it goes in and it helps to heal cellularly everywhere in the body. This, I truly believe, and my apologies, but the infinite iodine information and the product will not be here for this fasting, but it will be for the next fast, because we've had all kinds of complication with getting a special pump for our infinite iodine due to the big C thing that's happening. Anyways, but so our infinite iodine won't be on the shelf for about 4 weeks. But I promise you, if you try our infinite iodine, you'll never ever go to any other iodine again. All right? And we're going to put the information back up on the website as soon as we know we have the product. And when you read about it, you'll totally understand where I'm coming from. It's all about science, and everything about me is about this. The product needs to be more energetic and more based on frequency, okay, than matter. Because matter doesn't matter. They can tell you that there's so much of this in this pill or this liquid, but it doesn't matter. The frequency matters. The vibration matters of every product, because everything you've ever ate or drank left your body. You actually are being created, the physical part of you, from the invisible, which is only the frequency of the product or the drink that you ate or drank, okay? So if you can get that, you can get everything. Remember, E equals MC squared. Next. All right, so you don't have to do this on a fast, but understand something. On a fast, okay, you want to purge your liver. It also helps with your colon. So take a look in the guide, and what we're doing is, when you go look in the Perfect Day Guide, you'll find the Ultimate Coffee Enema. Go look in the also the 6-Day Water Fasting Challenge Guide. These are all up in the library, okay? And you'll see how to do the Ultimate Coffee Enema. Most people do a coffee enema. They don't do it like we do it, the way we have you moving and rolling and massaging. But the most important thing is we use black gold when we're actually brewing the coffee, and then we strain it. And then we'll actually put Tummy Love into the actual enema bag. And the Tummy Love is the most powerful thing for reinstating the good bacteria, which is mommy's bacteria, because that's the only bacteria that matters. None of any other bacteria matters. It's only mommy's. And even if you've had antibiotic therapy or chemo, if you just have 1 or 2 of her bacteria, they will multiply into trillions if you do things right. So people can do a coffee enema once or even twice a day. You can read about it. I've got lots of information in there. If you get stumped, again, you're going to call me, extension 5, and or call my office, and we're going to guide you through this thing. Okay? All right. And again, don't worry about it. Even with the coffee enema, you buy no products, doesn't matter. Just call us. If you have trouble with the coffee enema, just call us. We're going to guide you. Okay? It's got nothing to do with anything except you. And that's you to get through this feeling amazing. Okay? All right. Now, while you're going through this, okay, so understand, get your questions together. I'll answer them for you tomorrow. If there's anything I didn't talk about, but I want to wrap this up in the next 10 minutes here. So when you're doing this fasting, all of these rules are for life. But when you're doing the fasting, why don't you pamper yourself? So take a look at, okay, coconut oil or castor oil pulling. Okay? Castor oil is better than coconut oil. And also, when you do your castor oil, add 3 or 4 drops of what we call healthy mouth to your castor oil. Because while you're pulling, you should be disinfecting. And understand something. We add this because it's way better. Okay? So you might want to take a look at that, because you really want to keep cleaning your mouth, because it's a really big deal. The mouth is a big deal for overall health. Now, you can look at the information on this in the Perfect Day Guide. All right? And you can also find it in the 6-Day Water Fasting Challenge Guide. Next thing. So, understand the skin is the largest cleansing organ, right? So let's give it some help. If you've got a sauna, that's great. But what I want you to do is go to page 62. Did we have the page number on the other one? Let me see. Oh, right there. Page 61 of the Perfect Day Guide had the coconut oil and castor oil pulling everyone. Okay? All right? And if you go back and take a look at the slides, everyone, you'll see that the page numbers are on this. So please just go back through and see right there, page 35. Go back again. See, it's all of the things are, and this is all in the Perfect Day Guide, everybody. All right? All right, let's keep moving. So we talked about the skin brushing. The skin brushing, please go to the do-it-yourself video or look at, if you can put the camera on me, order yourself one of these books. Just pay the shipping. I'll send it to you. It's Healthy to 100. In the back, I have all the things to do with your skin to have beautiful skin. You'll see the skin brushing. You'll see the salt glow in there. You'll see about doing saunas and everything like that. Okay? You can just call the office or order your free book. All right. So skin brushing, you want to do your whole body. I'm actually going to show the skin brushing this week. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'll try to show some of the things tomorrow in the show. All right, so skin brushing, you want to skin brush your whole body. You go in a circular motion towards the heart. Get the dead skin cells off to get the circulation going. When your skin turns pink, you know you've done enough. Okay, let's move on. So the next thing we're going to talk about, okay, you're going to like this. You really are. After you do the skin brushing, okay, let's say now we're going to go into the shower. We're going to sit on one of those white stools. We're going to take Epsom salts. And let's say if we took 10 pounds of Epsom salts, we'll put it into a plastic container. We'll wet it down with water, hopefully structured water. If not, that's okay. Then what we're going to do is after we put the Epsom salt glow in, after we put the Epsom salts in, add the water. Then what we're going to do is we can then add Muscle Restore Essential Oil. That's the one that we use the most. And we'll put that in there. And then what we'll do is we'll scrub our whole body with the Epsom salt glow. I'll be explaining that during this week. But if you go to page 63, it tells you how to do it. And then you're going to have a shower. And hopefully you're going to have a shower in a structured water unit, not in one that's got chlorine in it. Whereas with a structure unit, it never wears out, and it changes the chemical structure of the chlorine or the fluoride, and it'll never bother your skin. Now, if we go back to the slide, the cocoa salt glow, okay, is different. It's using the Epsom salts, it's structuring it with water to the consistency of sand, putting in your Muscle Restore Essential Oil. But then if you had 10 pounds of Epsom salts, you'll put in 1 pound of coconut oil, and you'll mash that and mix that up. And it's right at page 65. You can read about it. And then what you can do is you can do a salt glow on your body. And now guess what? When you come out of that shower, you are going to have moisturized yourself with coconut oil, but the salt won't be on you, and you'll have the smell of the Muscle Restore as well. Now, for those fatty, stubborn areas, you're going to take 1 cup of Epsom salts, wet it down, okay? Wet it down with structured water to the consistency of sand. And then what are you going to do? You're going to mix 1 teaspoon of cayenne for every cup of Epsom salts that you made. And you're only going to scrub the fatty areas. Let's say I had a little bit of a fatty tummy. Let's say I had a little bit of some love handles. But you're not going to scrub everywhere. This is only to go on certain spots, because if you scrubbed everywhere, you'd be so hot, you'd be uncomfortable. But you should see how fast you can lose some of that stubborn adipose tissue when you do that. But please, again, go to page 63 in the Perfect Day Guide. Okay? All right. Doc of Detox, natural pain solution. So, guys, you don't have to do these, but you know what? This is things that we use, like DMSO gel for the joints area. For the joints, it's stronger. And DMSO is the best solvent in the world to get circulation going, get things moving. The DMSO rose cream, you can put that on other parts of the body that are more sensitive to get circulation going. It can even help with liver spots. It can help with painful joints. Don't put it on any open wounds. You can read about it. DMSO is amazing for joint problems and muscle pain. Okay? Now, pain away essential oil is when you have real pain, okay, in the body. Peppermint is when you're in so much pain, I can't get rid of this headache. I can't get rid of that. My shoulder's killing me. You want to use peppermint because it'll numb it out, but it's not numbing it out. It's helping to just calm the pain down. All essential oils don't hide the problem. They help to alleviate it. Now, and then the last one is Muscle Restore, okay? So now with Muscle Restore, we will use that when the muscle is healing. So we want just tissue healing. And with the pain away, we've got painful muscles. With the peppermint, we want to numb it out. And also, if you take peppermint and put it on the bottom of your feet, it's going to help you sleep. If you put peppermint on the bottom of your sleep, it's going to help reduce the pain throughout the whole body. All right? And what else? Oh, and keep applying these oils. Some people apply them once, twice a day. When somebody is in pain, we tell them to apply them every 15 minutes to every half hour and then find out what happens. Because you bring up the vibration of the tissue, you help the healing. As far as the DMSO goes, we're only going to apply it once or maybe maximum 3 times a day. Just test an area because with DMSO, you can feel a little bit itchy from it. Okay? And don't get it near your eyes. Wash your hands when you're done. Okay, everybody? All right. Okay, let's keep moving. These are just things that really help with healing. You can check them out if you want. One's called Avicin, one's called Bioptron. They're my most favorite energy medicine equipment in my clinic. And you can go to EMF/energy if you want to read about them. Now we're going to do the fasting. So we're back to the fasting. So let's say we fasted 6 days. If we fasted 6 days, then we need to gently and lovingly break that fast with a 3-day entrance back into the perfect day diet. Understand, this is really important. It's important the most important thing is how you come out. It's nice to go in gentle, but it's very important to come out gentle for ending the fast. So during when you end the fast, if we did 6 days, we do 3 days. If you do 3 days, you do a day and a half. If you actually do only 1 day, then you do a half a day. Does everybody understand? So the time you go in is the time you take to come out. Now, if you did a 40-day fast, you're not going to take 20 days. But please, that person just call me. My extension is number 5. Now, while you're doing and coming out, you can use veggie broth or bone broth. But I would suggest that you do bone broth and celery juice or veggie broth and celery juice together. Or you can do all 3 and mix them around. It's entirely up to you. Just make sure you're sipping and not gulping, and make sure that you continue with your energy medicine supplements, your exercises, and your little rituals to tell yourself that you love yourself, okay? So don't drop that, okay? All right. Remember, all of this information is in the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge, and it's in my library, everyone, okay? All right, so 6-day advanced water fast equals 3 days of breaking the fast. And then after you break the fast, you're going to go to the Perfect Day Guide, page 28, and I'd like you to try to go into that protocol. If you decide to do something else, or you've got your own way of doing things, do it. But use those foods in that protocol, and then if you hit a bump, just call us. I already said that, all right? Now, so here we go. Advanced Water Fasting 6-Day Challenge. Again, here's the schedule, everyone. So if you want to take a picture on your phone, make sure you share this with people. Maybe there's somebody in your family that would love to do this. You know what? You can either spend tens of thousands of dollars or unleash your God-given power to heal. There's your choice. Now, I just want to talk about something here and make it quickly. Upcoming ITRH courses. I'll be in Orlando September 12th to October the 2nd. We will be doing a whole life coach, which is 8 days. We'll take a day off and then we'll do the Wolfe Non-Surgical, which is 11-day course. And the Wolfe Non-Surgical Deep Tissue is the most powerful therapy you'll ever come across, and I mean that. And my Whole Life Coach course, take a look at the testimonials on itioh.com and tell me if you've ever taken a course like this. You haven't. If you want to go deep, if you're a practitioner and you want to bring your game up, or if you want to become a whole life coach emotionally, nutritionally, and really teach people about real nutrition, real detox, and real emotional health, we're going to do it. And understand, if you come, we're going to be working on you. We're going to uncover the authentic you. That's what it's all about. We'll be at the Omni Hotel Resort, which is a 5-star resort. It'll be $115 a night, and it's usually around $250 that time of year, but it'll be $115 if you come. And if you want, you can come for just even for a consultation with myself, or you can come and get Wolfe Non-Surgical from one of the master trainers, and we'll show you that we have the most powerful protocol that will actually derail surgery, which will actually derail you having to take drugs to numb yourself out. And it'll actually get you, it'll lengthen, strengthen, and it'll get you back that youthful joint, muscle, body that you've always wanted, okay? So you can come for treatment, or you can come and take the whole course. All right, just make sure if you want to come for treatment, call, put your name in. We'll take your name and number, and then as we get closer, we're going to book everybody that still wants to come. We do the same thing in Kelowna, British Columbia, October 17th to November the 6th. And then we're going to be in California at the Palm Springs, again at the Omni. And we'll be doing treatments there as well, and we'll be teaching the whole course. We'll be there for anybody who wants to come for treatments for approximately 25 days. And then we're off to Ixtapa, Mexico, where I'll be teaching the course in February, and then doing a 33-day awakening training for anybody that wants to come, that wants to totally take their life back. All right, so let me just keep going here. All right, so I just want to show you this. This is our big dream. Everybody out there, get a big dream. Grab that big dream. Never let it go. Do not share your dream with anybody else except a dreamer, a big dreamer. Keep your dream, keep focused, write it down, believe in you, because what my creator said to me when I was on my way down to this planet before I went into mommy's tummy was, whatever you want, I will give you, but whatever you think about is what you're going to get the most. So hold the line. Learn to love yourself totally, Darrell, because when you get down there, your parents love you, but they're already adulterated, and so is every other system. So you're going to lose yourself, and then you're going to need to find yourself. So everybody, I want you to grab onto that big dream that you have, and I want you to bring that into your heart, into your soul, and I want you to feed your spirit, and I want you to own this, because until you know how to fly, okay, you will never have anything happen that's amazing. And what does that mean, fly? First, love yourself. Okay, so let me just show you here what we've been dreaming about. You see this picture here? This is the future Doc of Detox clinic. It has 25 offices and treatment rooms. Okay, all right, next thing. This is the aerial view of Ixtapa Palace. All right, and the next picture is just showing you, these are the condos that people stay in. All right, you see where it says the mountain? Well, that mountain is going to hold 120 to 150 people for my lectures. And as you can see the pools. There's 2 big pools there. And those are the condos. We actually have 230 condos. So yes, we will be able to bring your family. Next. All right. The next is actually, this is Ixtapa Gym. I didn't show you inside the gym, but this gym is the biggest gym in that area of Mexico. And this is our dance yoga studio. Next. That's the aerial view. You can see where there's Ixtapa Palace, so you can see how far we are from the beach. Next. So understand something. You can either come to us in Canada for personal treatment and training. You Americans, when they decide to open up the wall, then you'll be able to come. craziest thing, we were booked with personal treatment and trainings all the way to February. And then this whole coronavirus thing happened. So as soon as that opens up, we're going to be having a lot more people. But guess what? We're booked up solid with Canadians now. So, but just know this, we have people that come from all over the world for personal treatment and training, and that's where couples come together, or somebody comes with their caretaker, or a whole family will come together for the first time to learn that it's okay to totally love yourself so that you can learn how to totally love the rest of the family without playing love games, and you can learn how to do the Wolfe Non-Surgical deep tissue on each other so that you can become each other's Bravehearts, each other's practitioners, and then we'll teach you about cleansing and diet and everything else. And that is a 5-day program. Or you can come and just get treatments where people will come from all over the world. We've got them here now. We've got 6 people here now doing it where they're getting treatments every day for 2 hours to 3 hours every day. And they come anywhere from 5 days to up to 20 days, depending on the condition. And we have a deal for you. The first treatment we do on you will be more powerful than anything else you've ever gotten combined, because scar tissue is the issue, calcium is the issue, crystallization is the issue. And understand, you don't have to limp, you don't have to hobble. That's just another bad thing that's going on. And understand, we'll send one of our master trainers to you, whether it's Greece, I'll tell you where we've been, Greece, India, China, Japan. We've been all throughout South America. We go to people's homes. We go to people's clinics to certify them in the work we do, or they come to us, or we do a personal treatment and training in your home, because sometimes it's better not to fly 5 people here, and we'll fly a trainer down to you, and we'll come to you. So next. All right. So what did I start off with, everyone? Massive personal action equals self-healing. So massive personal action actually means filling your own heart with love every day, staying in the present moment, connected to your lion heart breath, having a slight smile on your face, shoulders back, chin up, and knowing that 3, 2, 1, you got this, because there can only be one Braveheart in your life, and it's got to be you. You've got to take your power back. Next. All right. So to rise to your full potential, you're going to have to learn how to fly. And that means first love yourself. And you can get this or not get this. And if you believe that which created the whole universe wants you to pick on you or hurt you, or that suffering is the way to the Lord, I really don't know what I can do for you. But you must learn how to first love yourself completely. Let yourself off the hook, and everybody else, so that we can rise as a earth family and take our life back. To take everything back. We're going to lose everything. I hope you know that. And we don't have to. I'm not trying to scare you, because everything can change today. Do you remember in your life when you thought it was over? When you thought there was no hope? Well, that's because guess what? We work from our mind. Why don't you try to work from the universal mind, from your creator's mind, and know that anything is possible when 2 come together? Okay? Next. So there it is. There's the schedule just one more time. And I want to just thank everybody for joining me. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Get your questions. Start writing them. And tomorrow I'll be back here at 10 a.m. Can you bring it back to me? 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I will be here Wednesday and Thursday, okay? And then I will be back. On Monday and Tuesday, because I'll be taking the weekend off. But I know that you got this, okay? And it's like this: 3, 2, 1. I know you got this. Go get that hairband. Get it on here, and don't think it's silly. And nobody's ever going to ask you why you got a hairband on your wrist. And if you were to look at that hairband and snap that hairband every 2 minutes, and you were to do that for 33 days, you wouldn't be insanely miserable. You'd be insanely happy. 3, 2, 1. I love you. Thank you. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.